Now, the News Channel 20 Sports Desk, sponsored by Route 66 Solar.
Tonight in sports, our attention shifts to Pleasant Plains and a bit on the Masters. The battle for the green jacket featuring two former Illini, while Pleasant Plains, they had baseball at home this afternoon taking on Auburn. So over to Plains on the mound, a Hatcher versus Carter duel on the mound. And it's Evan Kessler. He's going to open up our highlights with a base hit right side, finds an opening on that right side. Good to move Carter over to third as well. But Cale Hatcher, he's going to be stone cold on the mound, settles down, multiple men on, and it's an inning-ending strikeout. And a little flash of leather here on the defense. Hard hit ball to third, but Carter Smith, how do you do? In time to one for the out. And Traeger Schultz, he caused a little chaos in the same inning. Ball carrying, and it does over the right fielder's head, and he's going to be sliding into third. All that before Cooper Schallenberg does a job. Sacrifice ground out to second in time to one, but in exchange for the out and the run. But no final score yet reported as we wait to see whether the weather delay turned into cancellations or it was just a delay. And a Masters update for our two former Illini in Augusta this weekend. Thomas Dietrich had a rough round one. He's near the bottom of the leaderboard after a 7-over day. But Brian Campbell, he's in the thick of things, 7 strokes off the lead, but tied for 26 after an even day, 4 birdies and 4 bogeys in the round. Campbell tees off early tomorrow morning, while Dietrich has an afternoon tee time. Now later on tonight in sports, we'll have a little more high school sports. It was originally going to be Plains versus Mattoon girls soccer, but with their weather delay, it pivoted to Rochester and Williamsville. That later on tonight, but for now, that does it for sports. I'm Sammy St. Jean.
Now, the News Channel 20 Sports Desk, sponsored by Route 66 Solar.
Tonight in sports, the Masters and a scattered bit of high school action. The goal was to get both of Pleasant Plains' undefeated spring teams, but with the weather canceling soccer and only delaying baseball, we still have Auburn versus Plains baseball, as well as 2 other games from around central Illinois. So over to Plains on the diamond, a Hatcher versus Carter duel on the mound. Evan Kessler, he opens up our highlights with a base hit, finds an opening on the right side, and that's good enough to move Carter over to third. But Cale Hatcher, stone cold from him. He's going to settle down with multiple men on, and it's an inning-ending strikeout. Big to get out of the jam. Then a little flash of leather for Auburn defensively. Hard hit ball to third, but Carter Smith, how do you do? In time to one, what a play. But Traeger Schultz, he caused a little chaos in the same inning. Ball carrying over the right fielder's head, and he's sliding into third with a triple. All that before Cooper Schallenberg does a job. Sacrifice ground out to second for the out in exchange for a run. As Pleasant Plains, that's 9 wins for the Cardinals. Final score 10-0. Then with the Pleasant Plains girls soccer canceling, we check to Rochester. Rockets and Bullets. The host threatened first. Taylor Offer dishes to Brooklyn louder, and it goes just high. Williamsville chasing 2 goals, but Ella Plum, the freshman, finds Twine as she beats the keeper right side of the goal. But Rochester, they would keep on applying pressure. Offer this time, pass back to her, and the one time from a similar spot, it sails just high. But they didn't need more than 2 goals. Rockets win, final 2-1. Over to Monticello as the Sages, they took on Hayworth. First up is Ike Young, and Young, he lays it down left side, little small ball. The Sages, they start to threaten in the 5th inning. Later, swinging strike is going to go by, but the ball also gets all the way by to the backstop. And Monticello, they tie this game up at 2. Still 5th inning, but the game is no longer tied. Sages, they get a poke out to left center, and that's good enough to bring in the eventual winning run with a base hit. They tack on one more as Monticello winners. They beat Hayworth by 2, final 4-2. And a Masters update for our 2 former Illini at Augusta this weekend. Thomas Dietrich, he had a rough first round. He's near the bottom of the leaderboard after a 7-over day, but Brian Campbell is in the thick of things. 7 strokes off the lead, but tied for 26 after an even day. 4 birdies and 4 bogeys in the round. Campbell, he tees off early tomorrow, while Dietrich, he has an afternoon tee time. And taking a look at the full leaderboard after the first round, Justin Rose in control. A first round 65, 7-under for him. He's got a 3-stroke lead heading into round 2. Ludwig Oberg, Corey Connors, and the favorite, Scotty Scheffler. They're the closest to Rose at the top. So we'll bring more updates from the Masters come tomorrow in sports. But for now, that does it for me. I'm Sammy St. Jean.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to watch more videos from News Channel 20.